Hey, what's up everybody? In this video, we're gonna take a look at this month's first pickup capsule and go over the 6 possible zooms. And honestly, by this point, I don't know about you, but I've used up all of my coins already at this point. I had to really scrape the bottom of the barrel to get 450,000 coins to just clear this pickup capsule here. So it did take me a little bit of time to earn the coins to get these pickup capsules, but I think it's still important to clear these capsules to get that very last prize, which is the skills ticket. Other than that, I feel like these 6 zooms are kind of average. They're not really that exciting, not great for coins. Their animations are okay, their abilities are okay, so none of them are really that amazing. So if you ask me, I would actually prefer to save my coins for either the lucky time at the end of the month, or maybe even for the next selection box. If you definitely don't have 450,000 coins saved up to clear this particular capsule, then I actually would recommend you to just save your coins and maybe try to get the child or the Mandalorian, or maybe even save it for next month, because honestly this first pickup capsule isn't that exciting and none of these zooms are really worth getting unless you don't have them and you want to be able to collect all the zooms so that way you could show them off. But from a usability perspective, none of these are really that amazing, and you definitely don't need them. They're not going to really help you on missions, and definitely not really going to help you with coins. So again, save your coins if you can, but if there's one that you really want, then yeah, definitely go for it. So I do recommend you saving your coins. Alright, so now let's go ahead though to just go over them one by one, and maybe you can make the decision for yourself and decide if you really want these zooms. Although none of them are really that great, I think that the animation for Carl is okay. I really do like the movie Up, so out of all of these, I think Carl does have the best animation. And in terms of coin feasibility to try to get one that earns you a lot of coins, actually none of these are really that great for coins. The best that I got was with Tramp, and I got 1,901 coins. So other than that, like, none of these are really that great. The worst one to get for coins is going to be Wonderland Alice. So hopefully you guys haven't already purchased all of these, but let's get into it and actually look at Lilo first. Lilo's ability is erase one type of Disney Tsum Tsum, and I do have Lilo maxed out. Lilo maxes out at skill level 3, and the ability essentially is once you clear 18 Lilos, if you have her at skill level 3, you will need to collect a total of 18 zooms on the screen to activate her ability. But what she does essentially is she will randomly clear one type of zoom on the screen, and in this particular ability, a bunch of Sebastian the Crab got erased. So they're always going to be random, and one type of zoom does get erased out of the 4 potential that you see here. I am playing with the 5-4 on as well as the coin boost. I just wanted to see if any of these were worth using boosts for, and unfortunately none of them were. So yeah, Lilo is not going to be great either. I'm going to go ahead and skip forward to just show you the coin earning potential for Lilo and just show you what I ended up with. So as you can see at the end, I did end up getting 822 coins for Lilo. So it was a little disappointing that Lilo isn't really that great in the game. However, she is really easy to max out. So maybe if you want to easily max out a zoom, then yeah, maybe Lilo is one of them. Okay, so next we have Wonderland Alice. And the description for Wonderland Alice is, for a short time, Alice gets smaller and is cleared when surrounding zooms are cleared. So essentially what happens is when the ability is activated for Alice, and what happens is she gets really small, as you can see here. And if you clear zooms around Alice, essentially if there's a zoom that touches Alice, then you will clear Alice as well as part of your chain. And then really that's the benefit of the ability. And I really don't like these abilities where the zooms get small, but yeah, it's supposed to really help you with your chains. But I really struggled with Wonderland Alice, so I didn't get a lot of coins for Wonderland Alice. And actually out of all 6 of these, Wonderland Alice was my worst performer in terms of coin earning potential. So maybe I'm not too good at using Wonderland Alice, but I just don't really see the fun part of doing that. Maybe it helps you with clearing more tsums because it kind of acts that there's only 3 tsums on the screen because Wonderland Alice is so much smaller now, and you could pop a bunch of Wonderland Alice. So yeah, not my favorite. This is actually my least favorite one. And if you have her at skill level 4, her ability does last for a total of 8 seconds. And in terms of coin earning potential, I'm just going to skip ahead here so that way you can see the coin earning potential. And as you can see, I was only able to get 586 total coins at the very end here. So definitely one of my worst performers. So hopefully you already have a copy of Wonderland Alice and you don't need to get a copy. So next we have Officer Nick. So the description for Officer Nick's ability is clears all the Tsum Tsum in the center. And it's nothing too special. We've seen these type of tsums before. Essentially a big circular area in the middle does get cleared. But out of all of these, I really do enjoy Officer Nick's ability. It's going to be Officer Nick as well as Carl. I think both of those animations are pretty cool. I really like the little police car that does a little drift and then clears the center of the screen. So one of the strategy of using Officer Nick is essentially just make sure that there are tsums in the middle of the screen before you activate his ability. And as you level Officer Nick to a higher skill level, the bubble in the middle of the circular radius does get bigger. So this is a pretty decent tsum, but not really that great, and it's nothing too special. So I definitely wouldn't necessarily encourage you to spend your coins to purposely try to get Officer Nick. There are going to be other better tsums out there that you could get with a lot less effort. So definitely don't need to invest your coin to try to get Officer Nick. But I'm going to go ahead and just run to the end here so that way you can see what I ended up with at the very end. So at the very end, with Officer Nick, I did get a total of 1,578 coins. I am also playing with the 5-4 on as well as coin boost. So it's really not that worth it for you to get Officer Nick and also activate the boost to try to get a higher coin score. It's really not worth it for Officer Nick. So definitely don't need to get Officer Nick here. Alright, so on to our 4th tsum, which is Carl. And Carl's description is clears a horizontal line of Tsum Tsum. And it's a little misleading. It's really not a horizontal line. It does more of a rainbow shape. But at this, I do have Carl at skill level 4. And as you level Carl up, the skill level, the thickness of the band will get bigger and bigger. But as you could probably see there, Carl will fly up with his little balloon house and clears in an arch shape, I guess in a sideways horizontal area. It's not necessarily flat, but it is in a arch shape. So ultimately what you want to do is you just want to make sure that in that, I guess the range where the arch is going to be, you just want to make sure that there are going to be tsums there to maximize the chain. If you have more tsums in the center of the screen, therefore you'll get a lot more coins along the way. So with Carl, he's okay. He's not that great. He's going to be one of the better ones out of these 6. I'm going to go ahead and just fast forward here and skip to the very end. So that way you can see what my end results are. So with Carl, at the very end, I was able to get 1,244 coins. Similarly to all the other demos that I've done, I do have the 5-4 on along with the coin boost. So you can probably tell by now, it's really not worth it to use Carl as a coin earner. I do like the animation though. This is my favorite one out of all of them. But other than that, you really don't need to get Carl. There are going to be other tsums out there that you could get. And yeah, just save your coins on this pickup capsule. Okay, on to the next one. We have Tramp. And Tramp is from Lady and the Tramp. The description for this tsum is clear Tsum Tsums in a horizontal line and a heart shape. So I thought that this animation is actually pretty cool as well. What happens essentially is that the bottom section of the screen gets cleared, but then like a little heart-shaped bubble clears the center of the screen as well. So this is from the scene where they ate spaghetti. So if you haven't seen the movie, don't want to spoil it for you, but yeah, go ahead and watch the movie if you haven't. I do have Tramp at skill level 6, and even at skill level 6, I wasn't able to produce a score and coin where I could make that recommendation for you to use it, because typically to be considered as a really good coin farmer with 5-4 on and the coin boost, you definitely need to get at the very minimum 2,300, and I wasn't able to do that with Tramp. So I'm gonna go ahead and skip forward to the end here and just show you the end gameplay here. And at the end of the game, I was able to get 1,901 coins, and out of all of them, Tramp was my best coin earner out of all 6 of these. Given that I don't have all the other ones at skill level 6, but just looking at the potential, it's gonna be between Carl and Tramp, and maybe even Evil Queen. So yeah, Tramp, I would recommend holding off as well. But I do like the animation, so maybe for the animation, gets a bonus point. Okay, before we get into the very last Tsum here, which is Evil Queen, if you haven't yet subscribed to this channel, please consider scrolling down to the middle section of this video and hit that subscribe button and just show some support for this channel. We are getting really close to getting 1,000 subscribers, so I really would hope to see that number sometime soon. And if you could just really help me out here and just hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up, I greatly appreciate it. And if you've already subscribed to this channel, much appreciation for you to come back and watch all these videos. Alright, now on to Evil Queen. Evil Queen, her description, tap the apples that appears to clear lines of Tsum Tsum. And what happens is during her animation, an apple will drop down, and if you tap the apple, you gotta pay kind of close attention to see what's going on in the animation. What happens is a bunch of Tsums that are touching the apple that are the same looking Tsum will clear vertically or horizontally. So a bunch of Tsums does get cleared from the apple. And from what I could tell is during the clear, it typically clears roughly the same kind of Tsums, and which is pretty cool. So I do think that if you play Evil Queen right, she could be viable for coins if you play really fast. But for me, I have her at skill level 6, and I really wasn't able to get close to 2,000 even. So for me, it really wasn't worth it. So I'm gonna let this video play out and just share with you that for Evil Queen at the very end, I did get 1,547 coins, so not really worth it even in the end with the 5-4 on and coin boost. So for the first pickup capsule, I would recommend pass, just because at this point I'm pretty sure all of us have already spent all of our coins on the first selection box as well as lucky time. So that's pretty much it for this first pickup capsule. Hopefully you found this video helpful, and if you haven't subscribed yet, please consider subscribing to this channel, and as always, thank you so much for watching.